Welcome to Dream Small. I'm Jason.
And I'm Whitney.
In a world challenging you to chase big, we dare you to dream small.
We're a family of 8 who's fostered, adopted, and stumbled our way through learning that small, everyday choices can change lives.
Join us as we share stories and encouragement to help you live out your purpose. Welcome back. Whitney and I just got done with a week of just 4 kids.
Yeah. I never in my life would have thought that the following words would come out of my mouth, but I'm going to say it. Having 4 kids is really easy.
Yeah, imagine saying that a couple years ago.
Wow. I mean, what a break. Like, what a breeze. I mean, granted, we had Grammy and Papa Frank out here to help some of those days, most of those days.
And you got rid of me. And you got rid of me for a couple days.
I got rid of the biggest kid of them all, but four actual kids in age was really easy, you guys.
I remember the one morning we got up, grabbed coffee, and just sat around for like an hour. And we never get to do that.
We sat on the couch and talked like normal people, like for more than 30 seconds.
It's fascinating how dynamics change with just a addition of a kid or two and a subtraction of a kid or two. It was incredible.
Those are some dynamics.
And so because of that and the realization, we are going to be talking about respite care this week. We've been doing this foster care thing for, I think we said over 7 years. Yeah. I shouldn't say we said we've been doing it. We have been doing it for over 7 years.
We've actually been licensed foster parents for, almost 7.5 years now. And we've probably only had a total of 30 days without foster children in our home. So it's been a bit, and it has taken, sorry to take over, Jason, but it's taken us.
I'm used to it. Go ahead.
It's taken us precisely 7 years and 2 months to realize that respite is a much needed benefit that should be utilized as foster parents. So we thought that this would be a great topic to cover because it took me a very long time to realize how beneficial it is, and I might not be alone in this.
Yep. So we're going to be talking about all things respite. What is it? How does it work? Why is it important? For those of you who aren't foster parents, why we need you desperately to help us do respite. All things respite care, why foster care is a ministry, why it's biblical to take rest from your ministry, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be diving all into today. But first, before we get into the nitty-gritty of respite care, so I'm learning this. I'm not a podcasting expert. I'm learning. We shared our first review last week on Apple, and I was snooping around on there, and I realized we actually had another review that came in before that one. So
sorry.
we lied, not on purpose, but we lied last week when we said that was our first review. That was our second review. Our first review actually came from MKD584, and they shared honest and encouraging perspective. I love your heart to serve. Thank you for that short and sweet and to the point. Perfect. Thank you for that. Please continue to leave ratings and reviews and sharing our show. I did notice after we published last week, a lot of you responded to our ask for ratings and reviews. We hit our 500th download during the week last week. And between Apple and Spotify, we have 18 ratings so far. So that's incredible. I was shocked, actually, when I did the math and saw that many. So thank you for those that did it. And those of you who haven't yet, please take the time to do it. I know you're like, okay, Jason, it doesn't matter. For those who aren't in our circle and don't know us and that might be looking for some sort of podcast to listen to help with encouragement for foster care, those ratings and reviews help our show pop for other people to find us.
Yes. So thank you very much. I didn't know those stats, so that's exciting. Thanks for sharing those. Okay, back to this week's show, respite care. Like we said, we just finished utilizing it for kind of the first time after 7 years.
For rest.
Well, I was about to say that. Thank you.
Well, I cut you off. I owed you one from earlier, so go ahead.
We have used respite care a couple times because it's been needed, because we've been going on a planned trip away. I can think of one specific time with our now adopted daughter. she came to us. Jason and I had already had a weekend away planned at a cabin, so we used respite care for her. So not to say we've never used it, but we have never used it for intentional rest, intentional time to pour into what I guess I should call our legal family, our core family. So we took a week last week, and it was just our biological and adoptive children. So no foster children, which also meant no extra visits, no canceled visits, no extra appointments, no extra of the, dare I say, drama that comes with foster care.
No case managers.
The roller coaster. Yeah, no
people in the home.
It was respite. It was solitude. It was a breath of fresh air and relief where we got to pour completely into the people that God has entrusted to us forever and fill their hearts and fill our cups in the process.
And I have to say thank you. We have always been resistant to utilize respite care in this way. We're going to dive into that in this episode so that others don't make the same mistakes we have. And we owe a big thank you to our case manager, Paige, for kind of shoving us to utilize it.
She went on and told me it was really a brief conversation, but she implored upon me why it's important for respite for us and for our foster children. But I will say, for the foster parents out there, I think you'll understand my heart when I say I had been resistant to enter into respite on a regular basis just for the meaning of rest, because I have this voice in my head saying, well, you signed up for this. It's going to mess them up, right? The back and forth. That's going to confuse things even more for them. I need to be their permanent, safe, stable place, which isn't all wrong, but it's also very important to take a step back and pause also.
And we're going to share a little bit of that and what we've learned with you all, and hopefully some of you who are shorter in your foster journey will take some of our mistakes and not have to make the same mistakes. And those of you who aren't foster parents can either share this with a foster family or get involved with respite care and help a foster family. So
you could even actually become a licensed respite provider, meaning you're a licensed foster parent who chooses to do respite.
Can you hold on?
I know. Sorry, I just got excited.
All right.
Sorry, little plug. That's what's to come.
Respite care. In the context of foster care, it refers to temporary short-term care provided to foster children by someone other than their primary foster parents.
Did you make that up?
The primary purpose is to give the foster parents a break, whether for rest, family emergencies, travel, or personal needs, while ensuring the child remains in a safe and supportive environment. Respite care can last from a few hours to a week, and it is an important support tool for preventing burnout and sustaining long-term foster placements. No, that I did not make up. That was researched. I looked up an actual definition for what respite
and
care is.
I will say, at least in our state, you can utilize respite care for up to 10 days in a row, not a week. So I'll make that minor correction there to that definition.
Well, I was keeping it broad. And for the purpose of this podcast, this is actually me. I broke down to the different types of respite care into 3 different tier levels. And this is strictly for simplification and explanation during this episode. Tier 1.
You did good.
This is tier 1, a few hours. This is more colloquial known as babysitting. Tier 2 can be, I just called it 24 to 72 hours, and tier 3 is anything greater than 72 hours.
So respite is typically arranged through a foster care agency, what we know as LCPAs, which is a licensed. Maybe
don't look at me. I have no idea. What
Paige? Okay, so we'll just go with a licensed foster care agency, and the respite caregivers are trained and certified just like full-time foster parents. So, in short, respite care is the equivalent of trusted backup care for foster kids, and it gives foster parents a needed breather. So first, we're going to dive into why foster parents need respite. Because if you're like me thinking, well, you signed up for this, you should just keep on trucking.
So I'm going to equate this. I didn't write this down. This is just ad-libbing, so bear with me. So I served in the military, right? I volunteered. I raised my right hand to do all that. But guess what we also got while we served in the military?
Paid vacation.
We got leave. We were able, when I was deployed to Iraq, I was paid to come home for a certain amount of time to rest, recover, and then go back.
That's a fun equivalent.
It is. I'm pretty dumb. I didn't think of it before this, but hey, I got there.
Just in the nick of time.
We got there, so go ahead. Why do foster parents... So we're doing this in the middle of the afternoon. Normally we do this in the evening. We record in the evenings. Today we're doing it during nap times, and I think we're a little more energetic than we normally are.
Or not, because we should be napping.
So bear with us for whatever roller coaster ride we go on. So
welcome, guys. Welcome.
Why foster parents need respite. Number one, emotional exhaustion.
Amen. I mean, who doesn't feel emotional exhaustion, right? Like, let's be honest here. We've all felt it. But I will tell you what, caring for children who have experienced trauma, neglect, or abuse, it takes a deep emotional toll. Secondhand trauma is real. Caring for people who have horrific pasts and experiences, I mean, and a lot of these kids are still working through it. Some of them don't have the language to process. So their equivalent of processing their trauma is acting out or doing really odd things. And it is exhausting. And it's even more exhausting when you have other kids who don't have trauma, who don't understand why they're allowed to do certain things, but the other kids aren't. Like, it is just a constant emotional roller coaster, and it is exhausting. So, my goodness gracious, yes. I mean, foster parents manage many challenging behaviors, ongoing attachment struggles that feel like you take one step forward and 5 steps back. And these children carry a heavy grief and a heavy burden. The confusion that they aren't able to articulate. I mean, shoot, I'm a 40-ish year old woman, and I have a hard time articulating my feelings. So I can only imagine. You stop it right now. He is silently like hyperventilating, laughing at me.
I'm doing the seal laugh where I just shake and not make any noise. Okay. Yep. So emotional exhaustion.
What are you laughing at?
Number 2.
No, you go back. And
preventing, number 1, emotional exhaustion. Number 2, preventing burnout. A little bit of the same thing, right? Emotional exhaustion typically leads to burnout. And so respite helps prevent that burnout. Just those quick little breaks, the chance to take a deep breath. Anybody that's a caregiver for kiddos that have, special needs of whatever shape, form, or fashion, know you need a break. And respite gives us to that. Another reason for respite is for emergencies or personal needs, appointments, funerals, business trip, emergencies, whatever.
Life happens, and you can't always truck along all these kids. And if you're talking about like scary life stuff like funerals, gosh, the last thing you need to do is take along kiddos who are in foster care and have already experienced loss and grief and trauma, right? Like, oh my. So, I mean, we've personally been there and done that. And there's just certain things that you need to protect your kids from and help them as much as possible. So,
and number 4, so we have number 1, emotional exhaustion. Number 2, preventing burnout. Number 3, emergencies or personal needs. Number 4, and this is a really critical one, is supporting placement stability. We have been at times at our wit's end, the end of our rope, whatever clever saying you want to insert here.
Yeah.
You take a break and you're like, okay. Like, I'll be honest, this last week when we had respite care, one of our kiddos we love dearly, but they can tax your nerves and your stress. But
it's just a lot.
She's a lot.
Can I say what her caseworker said to me when I called?
Sure.
Well, I didn't know if that's what you were going to.
I don't know what their caseworker said.
So I think what Jason's getting at, and it ties right into this. So I was talking to her DCS caseworker, and I explained that this child would be in respite for the next week. And her immediate question, and I can understand why, her immediate question was, is this because of behaviors? Do you need to disrupt placement? Like
Oh,
she was,
really? No,
yes,
I didn't know that.
her immediate thought was, oh no, I'm going to need to find a different home for this child. Because some people do. They're like, I'm done. I'm going to utilize a respite home until a different long-term foster placement can be utilized. And I assured her immediately, I said, no way. Like, we are taking a break to pour into our family over the summer. We're having a little staycation. We have lots of stuff planned. They need more of us for a couple days. So that's what we're doing. But I felt awful. Like, that was exactly where her mind went. And I can see why.
So, yeah, I mean, that a little bit. I mean, we weren't there with her, but that was kind of the point I was getting to. Taking that breather from a challenging kiddo can kind of reset your cage. And what I was going to say before Whitney interrupted me was,
back at you.
I really missed that little kiddo while she was gone. When she came home, I was thrilled to see her, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's just real quick. We're going to burn through these quickly.
See what you did there? We're going to talk about burnout stats.
All right, we're going to get through these quick. I'm going to do these because Whitney will get.
Drinking
I'm
caffeine.
going to do the stats because Whitney doesn't.
So you say what it says on the paper. It says foster parent burnout.
Yeah. So burnout stats and some statistics. Super high turnover. Typically within the first year, up to 50% of foster parents quit within the first year.
And do you know why that is? Do you know why?
Burnout.
Lack of support.
Lack of support, yes. Okay, thank you. 2020. Stress
guys.
and burnout indicators. A 2020 study from Child and Family Social Work found that high emotional stress, compassion fatigue, and a lack of respite were key predictors of foster parent burnout. And many foster parents report feeling isolated, unsupported in their role, especially when dealing with trauma-related behaviors without adequate backup. Okay, number 3, the impact of respite. Agencies that provide regular, easy-to-access respite care see higher retention rates among foster families. And finally, respite is consistently ranked as one of the top unmet needs by foster parents. I can tell you anecdotally with our current agency that we just switched to, they have made respite super easy, and we will utilize it more, and it'll help us be a healthier foster family, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to keep saying yes and to keep opening your door if you know that you're not alone, that you're going to have support and people walking alongside you on the journey. And I didn't mean to interrupt earlier, but that stat that you shared about foster parents feeling isolated or unsupported in their role, with those trauma-related behaviors, that can feel exceptionally isolating, because I alluded to it earlier that our biological children don't understand the trauma-related behaviors and why we need to parent certain children differently. You bet your bottom dollar that your average adult on the street doesn't understand it either. So you have people looking at you, judging you, rolling their eyes, talking about you, instead of just seeing you and seeing if they could support you in any way. It's extremely isolating, and it's aggravating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to fast forward a little bit here. So hopefully with that quick jump through all those stats, if you are a foster parent, you realize I need to, okay, I got it. I need to use respite. If not, we're going to go to the Bible now. It's biblical to take rest from your ministry. Remember, you need to come to grips with this. If you're a foster parent, you are in full-time ministry in the walls of your own home. Don't let anybody try to ever convince you otherwise. If somebody is trying to tell you foster parenting is not a ministry, they are some combo of ignorant, dumb, or arrogant.
And it's time to educate them and send them this podcast. Say, I'm not calling you dumb, but they are.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, everybody, I try to think of an example of where somebody doesn't get a break. And the only example I can think of are missionaries that go overseas where they don't ever get a break from their ministry.
I mean, there's special needs parents who are caregivers
Sure, yeah,
24/7,
100%.
Right? Like, we see you, we get that.
Parenting, right? That's
parenting,
yeah.
Yes. This is different because you're choosing to step into a lot of broken, and you're opening up your family and your home to a world of evil.
Yeah.
You know, it's the devil's playground, and it is ministry, and you have to be very aware of that.
Okay. Foster care is a ministry because it is a tangible expression of God's love, compassion, and justice for the vulnerable. It is not just a social service. It is that, but it is also a calling to step into brokenness, provide healing through relationships, and we try to reflect the heart of God for the children we bring into our homes and the families and the caseworkers and the judges and all of the therapists and everybody we interact with.
More specifically, it is a response to God's heart for the vulnerable. We are acting out Isaiah 1:17, defend the cause of the fatherless. Foster parents embody this call by welcoming vulnerable children into their homes and into their lives. It's also a ministry of hospitality. Ministry often looks like opening your door and your heart. This is a very practical and radical hospitality. It makes space in your home for someone else's healing. And a lot of times it's more than one someone else because it has a trickle effect to the biological family. Romans 12:13 says, share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality.
I never consider what we do as hospitality because...
Would you say that's one of your gifts?
No, that's why. No.
Yeah. I mean, that's not really on your radar.
It's not my thing, but yeah, I guess it is.
But you open your door, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason caseworkers are disappointed when they see you, not me.
Where's Whitney? We don't want to talk to you. It's like the kids when they ask for mom and they're asking for the
second.
They're asking for the manager, right? And there's like the manager at the store when they ask for mom.
Why doesn't anyone want dad?
Yeah.
Another thing is the ministry of reconciliation and restoration. Many foster parents minister not only to the child, but to the families, to the social workers, and others caught up in hard systems. It's a ministry that brings hope, stability, and healing in Jesus' name. It also requires a whole lot of sacrificial love. Like all ministry, foster care costs something: time, emotions, comfort, and grief. John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Foster parents, you lay down your lives in small and big ways every single day. And lastly, it's a reflection of the gospel. Ephesians 1:5 says, he predestined us for adoption to himself as sons through Jesus Christ. We were all spiritual orphans until God adopted us through Christ. So when foster parents love children who cannot repay them, they are mirroring that unconditional love of God. So to sum all of that up, the biblical recap, foster care is ministry because truly it's love in action. It's rooted in the gospel, it's fueled by compassion, and it's aimed at restoration.
Now, I hope you're convinced that foster care is a ministry. So because of that, I am going to go over quickly the biblical support for rest when in ministry. Number 1, Jesus took time to rest. Mark 6:31. Then Jesus said, let's go off by ourselves to a quiet place and rest a while. Jesus recognized that his disciples were exhausted and he led them away to rest. Just because we're doing really important stuff, it doesn't mean we still don't need to rest. I would argue it even makes it more necessary that we rest because we're doing important stuff. As we know, God rested during creation, Genesis 2, verses 2 through 3. And on the seventh day, God finished his work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. Rest is built into the rhythm of creation. If God rested, how much more should we? The creator of the universe took time to rest. We probably should too. Remember that rest day, that seventh day Sabbath, it is a gift. It's not a command. It is a command, but it wasn't because of something we needed to follow. It's a have to do. It's a get to do. God created it for us. It's important for us to utilize that gift. Remember, Jesus calls the weary to himself. Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. Remember to maintain wise boundaries in ministry. Luke 5:15 through 16 says, but now even more, the report about him went abroad, and great crowds gathered to hear him and to be healed of their infirmities. But he would withdraw to desolate places and pray. Even at the height of his popularity, Jesus regularly stepped away from the crowds to rest and reconnect with his Father. look at all those examples. I would ask, there's more. Specifically, look at the examples of Jesus and the work he was doing, and he still took time away to rest, reconnect with the Father. If he took the time to do it and he needed to do it, we absolutely need to do it in our lives.
Okay, so we've talked about the need for respite and why it's important. So now we are going to talk to those people who currently are not fostering, not able to foster, not interested in fostering, don't feel the call at all to foster, but you want to do something. We're talking to you.
Listen up. Listen, put your hearing ears on. You ready? This is for you.
Put your listening hat on. I want to challenge you to consider stepping into respite into one of three ways.
Hold on. Before Whitney gets started on that, I'm going to tell you we desperately need respite care workers.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like you got...
It's a big deal.
You might think it's small and insignificant, but if you could step in, you never know when that one night, that one weekend, that couple hours is just exactly what that foster family needed at that exact moment to keep going.
And you know what? Respite is foster care.
Yeah.
Just because you're not doing long-term placements, if you're providing respite for a foster child, guess what? You're fostering. So
you're loving on kids in need. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't underscore that either. It's not just one kid. It's not just 3 hours. It's not just a week. You are pouring yourself into a foster child.
I mean, real quick example from yesterday, we did our second annual blood drive for Lainey, and our adoptive daughter's kindergarten teacher took her for 3 hours.
She did.
I mean, it made our afternoons a little easier, and it completely filled our daughter's bucket because she adores her teacher.
It was 1,000% respite in every way, shape, and form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're cutting off each other a lot today.
That was a great shout out to Mrs. Thompson. So thank you.
She's the bomb.
She's awesome.
Yeah, so don't think, oh, I can't do X, so I can't do anything. This is an opportunity to give what you got.
So we're going to break down those tiers that Jason mentioned at the top of our show. So the first one is to start small. Think of a few hours. Give a foster family, the parents, give them a break for a date night or date lunch. I mean, my mom was out a couple weeks ago during our respite week, and Jason and I got to go to the opening day of my favorite restaurant ever that just opened up in our town for lunch, and it was amazing. So, yes, it's babysitting, right? But it fills cups. Those couple hours away. I mean, I cannot tell you how many people we walked into that restaurant and saw me and said, how on earth are you here with your husband with no children?
They looked at us like,
like, we know this isn't possible, right? But that's the thing. Like, yeah, we always have kids in tow. So getting those 2 hours to have lunch together and chit chat and plan out our calendar, really cool. But it was amazing. So start small, offer for free to babysit, because babysitting is not cheap either. So provide respite, give a family give parents a couple hours away. I know every state is different, but when it comes to babysitting, I would say use your judgment. I think it's called prudent judgment.
There's some fancy legal term, but essentially in our state, you use the same judgment that you would as a parent. If you would leave your biological child with this person, you can leave the foster
prudent
child.
Parenting, that's what it's called.
That sounds very legalese. But yeah, if you leave your biological child with this person, you can leave your foster child with this person.
As long as you're not sus, as our children would say. Or skibbity toilet. I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
You're going to pull a muscle. Yeah, be careful. Our podcast is marked clean, just so you know. Okay. You might accidentally say something that's inappropriate, and then we're going to get flagged.
Okay, so our next level, beyond babysitting a couple hours, would be what Jason called tier 2. Think of an overnight or two. It takes a little bit more effort. You do have to be approved. You have to have all of these. Anyone you leave your children with should have child clearances, right? Like, make sure they're safe, obviously.
I mean, anybody you're offering up for respite, I hope you know they're safe.
Right.
But yes, carry on.
For us, this does require someone that has background checks and basic approval from the caseworker, but it's still less intensive than a full licensing. It is in limited terms, so, an overnight here, there. For us, when we got licensed, some of our best friends, my mother-in-law, they were able to get background checks done. So they are listed within our home study as being safe for temporary respite, for short-term respite.
If you're getting into foster care, absolutely get 2 to 4 of these people in your queue, just in case there's some sort of family emergency and that new foster kiddo has to go somewhere quickly. It just...
Yeah, like say someone's appendix ruptures and you have to go to the hospital. What are you going to do?
It just saves you a lot of time and stress in an emergency situation. So I would absolutely, for tier 1, get your group of friends or people that you know queued up to babysit. For the tier 2, get 2 to 4, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, coworkers, whoever it is that you trust. Get them background checked and not licensed, but approved through DCS.
And then the third tier, which is boss level, is to become fully licensed respite care providers. And this will involve background check, a home study, training. You need references. But once you're approved, you're officially on the list of available respite caregivers through the agency that you choose. So for us, when we say, hey, Paige, we need respite for these dates, she'll call their families within the agency and see who's available, which is amazing because when we were licensed with DCS, we would have had to do that all on our own, which then you're just posting on like a Facebook profile, a Facebook group page, and you don't know the people, but you're just hoping for the best, which is probably why we never did it, because I wouldn't send my kids to a stranger's house.
Yeah, the agency does it perfectly. And another cool part of that, doing it that way, is our kiddos get to form relationships with these respite homes as well.
Yes, it's so great. Yeah. So respite care can truly be the oxygen mask for a foster family that's struggling to keep afloat.
I mean, hold on, before you get onto that, like if you become a licensed respite carer, you also get that per diem. Like you're a foster parent in the eyes of the state, wherever you live. You are no quote unquote different than a full-time foster parent in terms you're licensed, you're good to go. But that's the benefit of it, is if you do take one of our kiddos for a week, you get whatever per diem the state gives them, you would get.
Yeah, because you're providing for them, right?
Yeah, you're taking care of them.
So respite care can be that oxygen mask, truly. It provides a time to recoup and recover and rest, which truly can be the difference between throwing in the towel and propelling forward. So we've defined respite care. We've discussed the different types of respite care. Now, for a foster family, how does respite care work? If you are new-ish and if you've never utilized it, let us introduce you to it really quickly.
So we've kind of already done it. I kind of touched on it when Whit was going through a different thing. So for the tier 1, just get your Rolodex. I guess that's an old term. Get your Rolodex ready to go.
There's people that listen to this.
They won't know what that means,
don't
right?
know what that is. Like, you're old right now.
Get your contact list ready. Get your favorites. Get your Snapchats. Your TikToks. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Get people
Call your besties. I don't know.
Get your skippities, your bros, your bros,
the Rizzlers.
No, I don't know. Get the people you know ready. Like,
we're going to mortify our children.
Good. That's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, just get your network ready to go. Hey, we're going to need help. We're going to need care. And another thing I think we've learned is stink and ask.
Yeah, just speak up. You have to advocate not only for these kids, but for yourselves.
Yeah, speak up and ask. For the, that's step 1. That's an easy step. Do that right away. Get in the routine, the habit, the cadence of going on a date night, a date lunch, a date break, whatever works for your guys' situation. Get in that habit of doing that. That child gets used to going into somebody else's care. Just like a normal, like if you gave birth to a baby and you needed a date night, you want to get them used to being in the care of somebody else. Do the same thing with whatever foster kiddo that comes into your home. build up to that tier 2, that 24 to 72 hours. Do an overnight getaway with your spouse and just do a quick overnight. Get next level trusted people approved through your license agency to do that, and just do it. Even if you wanted to test it out one night, take the kiddo to their house and don't actually go anywhere. Just go home and have a staycation night at the house. Get Chinese or Mexican, or if you're like Whitney and I, she gets Chinese and I get Mexican, and hang out at home and rest and just see how it goes.
Yeah, go paint a bathroom.
Paint a bathroom.
Cover a patch up a wall. Whatever brings you joy. Yes. Yes, paint a bathroom.
She painted a bathroom pink once. We won't go into it.
It wasn't supposed to be that bright.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Yeah, just do something to start, and then eventually build up to that week-long one and partner with your agency to make that happen. Don't pull a trigger and say, hey, tomorrow we're disappearing for a week. No. You need to give them a month, 6 weeks, 2 weeks. Give them time.
As much as possible.
As soon as you know, because then you can, like for our that we've been talking about, we actually met with both families because our 2 kiddos went to different locations, and each kiddo got to meet the family ahead of time. So when we took them there, it was much easier.
Yeah, it was an old friend. And make it fun for them too. Like, it's not like a punishment. It's fun for them.
It's fun. They get to, now
they get to have special sleepovers, right?
Yeah, they get a special sleepover, and now our one foster kiddo has another auntie that she gets that loves her and cares about her.
Yeah. So I hope we answered questions about respite. I hope you feel more ready to ask if you're fostering. And if you're still kind of exploring ways that you can help without being a long-term foster family, I hope that maybe you consider this option.
If you're wondering if foster care is something you should do, Respite is a great way to try it out without getting committed beyond what you're wanting to do.
Yeah. It's like a trial basis, right? Like a trial pack.
It's a 7-day free trial.
You win.
You get it, kid. But seriously, thank you. We'll wrap this one up. There's not a lot more. This was a little more tactical than I think what you guys have gotten used to from us. But it's important. We discussed what we want to talk about. And we wanted, even though this is a little more researchy and stat-driven and, like I said, tactical, we really wanted to do this one because we went, a long time without utilizing Respite. And, we might have gotten a lot less exhausted along the way had we utilized it more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So foster families, use it. Non-foster families, find a foster family to help and babysit and provide some respite care.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in again. And until next time, dream small.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please tap that follow button or leave us a review. It helps other people find my mom's and dad's show. If you're on Spotify, please give my parents a follow and 5-star rating. And wherever you listen, don't forget to share the show with a friend who needs a little encouragement today. You can also follow us on social media and stay in the loop. Instagram at Dream Small Podcast, Facebook Dream Small Podcast, and Twitter/X at Dream Small Show. Or email us anytime at dreamsmallpodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. And remember, just dream small. See you next time.